Estate Sale Adventures, number 209, Mexican War Streets. One of Pittsburgh's more historic neighborhoods, the Mexican War Streets is cram-packed with turn-of-the-century row houses. In this particular case, we have retro paneling in every room, plenty of 60s, 70s decor and appliances, and an affinity for the color orange. I think this qualifies as a time capsule house. As such, there's always a creepy clown, some vintage lamps at a really great price, and macrame. Lots and lots of macrame. Not to be outdone by the dozens of crocheted oven mitts and tons of Afghans littered throughout the house. This one even had a matching dust ruffle. Lest we forget, the obligatory hideous doll. Shout out to Turnkey Liquidators for the great sale. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures, number 210, Crafton Heights. This was a great sale filled with collectibles of every variety and persuasion. There were plenty of tin types, die-cast figurines, Anglophile swag, Fiesta-ware, Lennox porcelain, fishing lures. But my two favorite collections were first, the ornate pipes, and second, these bizarre cats, which included a number of hand-painted thimbles. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Someone grabbed all the antique medical equipment before I could take a picture, and my friend really enjoyed this belt. Before leaving, I spotted these old papers, which were definitely worth a look through. Some standouts included this movie poster stationery pad with some very dated celebrities, and this bizarre pamphlet on treating goiter, and the author's business card was still inside. I'm not exactly sure who ran this sale, but they did a great job. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures, number 211, Shadyside. I couldn't pass up a chance to go to a sale on Pittsburgh's historic Roslyn Place. Home to one of the last wooden roads in the United States, Roslyn Place is a short cul-de-sac no more than 300 feet long. Built in 1914, the street is comprised of 26,000 wooden blocks, and there are 18 unique Georgian colonial row houses. The elderly couple who lived in this home are downsizing, and they were absolutely lovely. The one owner was nice enough to explain the history of Bosco peanut butter glasses, which were manufactured in the 1950s in Camden, New Jersey. To entice patrons, they decorated their glass tumblers with silkscreen florals. Upstairs was this beautiful vintage wooden desk with an interesting drawer that becomes a writing station. Unfortunately, not for sale. I also like the Fiesta-ware, this metal Chinese checkers board with the original box and marbles. There's usually always interesting vinyl to look at, and something I now regret not buying. This book, titled Small Fry by William Steig. It's a series of illustrations depicting rowdy kids in 1930s, 40s Brooklyn. Think of them as a precursor to Schultz's Peanuts, but during the Depression and in an urban setting. It was definitely worth going just to learn something new. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures, A Trip to Akron, Part 1. It was a cold and rainy Sunday, and I had nothing to do, so why not go on an excursion to Akron for some antiquing? First stop was a warehouse sale put on by Sweet Modern, a local MCM furniture store. I loved what I saw, but the prices are not what I'm used to. No one was walking out of here for less than $1,000. I guess I'm just a little bit spoiled from how cheap estate sales are. Some pieces were definite standouts, like this hand chair and this shelving unit used in every Star Trek episode from the 1990s. Other pieces needed some major TLC. The place felt like a TV show prop furniture store, geared for some 1960s period piece. I think by far the couches were the best finds, but unfortunately all of them were out of my price range. Akron had a lot more to offer. Part 2 and 3 are coming, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures, A Trip to Akron, Part 2. The next stop was the Bomb Shelter, a popular boutique in Akron's Middlebury neighborhood. I fell in love with the place the minute we walked in. Think of it as a part vintage furniture and clothing store, part vinyl store, part mechanic garage, part museum, but all parts amazing. Take note of the enamel kitchen tables set up with period-appropriate dishware and other finds. Another great feature was this museum-quality collection of vintage televisions. Not for sale, though. They were playing old Ed Sullivan episodes at the time. The variety of the different pieces combined with the reasonable pricing makes me want to become a very frequent patron. The aesthetic of the whole place was very kitschy, very fun, very much worth the drive. A couple things to mention before ending. This terrifying dentist chair from a bygone era, and this immaculate DMC DeLorean. There's one more stop before our trip to Akron ends. Stay tuned for part 3. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures, A Trip to Akron, Part 3. On the way back to Pittsburgh in Ravenna, Ohio, is this massive antique mall equipped with 400 vendors across 50,000 square feet of warehouse space. You'd think because of the scale of this place, it would be chaos. Quite the opposite though. The whole place was immaculately curated and organized to the nth degree. Now I have a thing for antique wood furniture, and this place did not disappoint, as you can see. My favorites by far were this bed frame, the old commode, this drafting table, and the best was this mirror bench combo. Overall, the quality of the finds were through the roof, things I've never seen before, like this New York liquid dispensing machine, this intact clothing dryer, a cigarette vending machine equipped with vanity mirror, butchering tools, ladies' glove molds, and whatever this thing is. A few other standouts were this Punch and Judy bronze statue set, this ornate coffee bean dispenser, a coin-operated scale, and this metal bassinet. The bigger pieces were definitely great. So much to choose from, you could spend days browsing this place. But what was even more overwhelming were the cases filled with smalls. You could legitimately spend a fortune here. I love the glassware, the porcelain, the anchor hawking, the radios. There's just so much to list. This may be a staple for me going forward, because I will definitely be back. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 212, Churchill. Done by A&A, this jam-packed sale was just great, so let's dive right in. I first appreciated the Arcosonic console piano, accompanied by tons of old sheet music. Second was the Cityscape of Pittsburgh done by Daniel Marsula, a local Pittsburgh artist. Love the details of the porches on the south side slopes. Another find was the collection of commemorative plates. Not exactly my taste though. For the flippers out there, you'll always find vintage razors and other appliances, some pristine Kin's coloring books from the 1960s, and religious kitsch, which always gets me excited. In particular was this Blessed Mother music box, which I got for a great price. I really liked this sale because there was something for everyone. Now here's a pop quiz. What does one do with this fancy piece of crystal? I also purchased this unicorn handkerchief, the Rainbow Connection piano solo sheet music, and this collection of Henry Mancini's vinyls for a friend. Shout out to A&A for the great sale. Be sure to like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures number 213, Mars. Winter is a very slow time of year for sales, and this was the first weekend of 2022 worth going out. Turnkey put this one on in Mars, PA, about an hour north of Pittsburgh. The big takeaway here were some interesting lighting fixtures, like this floral one suspended from the ceiling. They call this mood lighting. I also like the 90s-esque cylindrical floor lamp. I really love seeing what people collect. The previous owner here clearly had a thing for boxers, lobsters, and animal statuary of all varieties. Now this was hard to pass up because in my experience, anything with this label sells super fast. If you know, you know. Here was a first, this super cute ceramic water movement, and I also really liked this Art Deco green clock. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 214, Vandergriff. Going to so many liquidations, it prompts you to explore areas you've never been. This really awesome sale, done by A&A, was in the Pleasant View neighborhood of Vandergriff. A total 10 out of 10 on the grandma scale. This place had some very interesting finds. There was some decent furniture, like this writing desk, but the collections are usually what stands out. In this case, we have salt and pepper shakers, 8-tracks, and tons of mason jars. Now here's a first. This home had a fully equipped hair salon in the basement. A lot of the equipment was pretty dated, but I got the vibe that this space had seen a lot of haircuts. I think my favorite part of this space was the Mansfield Beauty Academy graduation photo from 1987. Just look at those 80s hairstyles. That aside, there was an unfinished miniature recreation of the house, a bit of nostalgia with these bingo chips, some interesting ceramic and glass pieces, a few bits of Catholic religious kitsch, but who the hell is Ron Klink? I ended up buying 2 brooches for my collection. I just love this star one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 215, Tarentum. These turnkey sales keep calling my name. This time we're back to the warehouse in Tarentum where we find an overwhelming number of frogs, a fairly common collectible animal. I myself prefer rhinos, but I think the other finds were more interesting. Plenty of other statuary to choose from. These old skeleton keys caught my eye, but this box full of slideshow reels was absolutely incredible. Check out this one from Glacier National Park. If you look closely, you can see indigenous people, most likely Blackfoot, with teepees and spectacular landscapes in the background. I really like the blue silk robe, this very tarnished slinky, this sad piece of kitsch, but I honestly have no idea what this is. Please comment if you know. Now here's some Pittsburgh history. A 1948 diploma from Peabody High School, with the commencement pamphlet in tow. Before leaving, I dug through some of the miscellaneous bins and found this ominous message. I ended up buying this Hebrew letter and this small framed piece of painted glass. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy.